We've got Vancouver, Nashville, 5-6. Next up, we've got Nashville minus 185 as a home favorite in this game. The total 5.5 shaded to the over, about minus 115 to minus 120. And this very long, grueling road trip continues for the Vancouver Canucks. And I just don't know how much they've got left in their tank at this point. They looked a little tired, a little fatigued, a little beaten down physically the other night in that loss to the New York Islanders, 5-2. Didn't seem they had a lot of push. Didn't seem like they had a lot of energy. That's a little bit of a concern. If you're lacking energy now, and again, just one day between that game and this one here against this red-hot Nashville Predators team, that could end up being a little bit of a concern for me. All of a sudden, we've got a Vancouver team as well that on this road trip, boy, they've trended over the total. They've scored goals, but they've also given them up. I mean, this Vancouver team defensively, they've not, I don't want to say they've completely fallen apart, but they've not been sound in their own zone on this road trip. You've got every team pretty much, Pittsburgh, Philly, Rangers, Jersey, the Islanders the other night, scoring goals in bunches against this Vancouver team. We'll see if they can shore that up tonight. They're going to have to try to, because we know Nashville lately, in terms of offensive ability, has been getting the job done in terms of goal scoring. So we'll see if Vancouver's got it in them to A, bring more energy to the plate tonight, and B, give a better defensive effort, because they're going to have to. It's not been good enough in terms of their defense or their goaltending here for the majority of this road trip. And I know Travis Green has been a little bit frustrated by it, but I'm a little concerned for Vancouver here. It's been a long road trip. They've done a lot of traveling out east. Now you're playing this good Nashville team. You looked a little exhausted the other night against the Islanders. There didn't seem like there was a big push from them. So I'd be really, really worried about them in this spot tonight. This is not a live dog, in my opinion. I like to make a case usually for a dog of this magnitude. At times, Vancouver won't be one of them. Tonight on the card. Dana Lane's involved with Vancouver and Nashville on tonight's slate. Dana, with the Canucks and Preds, what do you see happening here?
I agree with most of everything that you said there, Ian. And, you know, I think this game has offense written all over it. We see now that it's over 5.5, just shaded over minus $1.06, which is a fair price. You look at this Canucks team that hasn't been home in 12 days, and you know, certainly against the Islanders, you could see where fatigue has started to take its toll a little bit. And not only would I look, certainly we're not going to bet the sides in this game, but when they get back home, I might look to play against them as well. In the 5-2 loss to the Islanders, there certainly was fatigue, which leads to offensive chances because of the sloppiness, and that's what I think that you're going to see tonight. They've allowed 4 goals or more in the last 3 games, or they average allowing 4 goals in the last 3 games, and 6 of their last 7 games have gone over the total. So there's no reason to go against that trend tonight. They face a Predators team that's won 10 of 13 games. 6 of the last 9 games have gone over the total. We also have talked about in the past how much emphasis that I put on power play units when you're betting the over and the under for that matter. But when you're betting the over, you better make sure that you have a decent power play unit on your side on both teams, which we do here. With Nashville, you're getting the best power play team in the league against the Canucks, who should give them plenty of chances. They're no stranger to putting themselves in the penalty box. So I think Nashville is going to get a bunch of chances on the power play, which is good for our over as well. And Vancouver, I mean, honestly, they're not that bad on the power play. I think they're middle of the pack in the NHL, but really they're not a team that you can say, well, we're not going to get anything from. So even if you get, a power play goal from them, I mean, that's still a plus for us in the over column. I just think in this game, everything points to the over. Top 2 lines for both of these teams, if you look at their numbers over the last 10 days, they've absolutely been sensational. There is absolutely no reason for me to take the under tonight. So we're going over 5.5 minus $1.06.
Yeah, I was on Vancouver Islanders over the other night. I know Andrew McKinnis had that game as well, and it's just you can see it coming on this road trip. And the thing is, when you're tired, you're fatigued, you don't have your skating legs, it usually comes up and affects this as well. And when it starts affecting this, guess what? You make mistakes, and what are mistakes? Turnovers. And man, have we seen turnovers with the Vancouver Canucks here on this route. Just bad play, bad positioning, turning the puck over, throwing it into places where there's nobody but an opposing skater, and then the puck ends up in the back of their net. I've seen that kind of script unfold with the Vancouver Canucks time and time again on this road trip here for them. And I think exhaustion and fatigue, which I spoke about, which Dana spoke about, is a lot to do with it. When you make mistakes, it's usually on the defensive end more than it's the offensive end. And it goes hand in hand with fatigue. When you're tired, you make mistakes. Usually that shows up at the defensive end of the ice, and that's what's been happening here with Vancouver. That's why they're giving up 4 or 5 goals on a routine basis here on this road trip. So yeah, we're both in agreement there. Over makes some sense.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.